Welcome to the Beats and Balance podcast, where rhythm, resistance, and rest fuel creative survival and collective healing.
Hey, welcome everybody to the Beats and Balance podcast. Today we have Staxxx Facts. He's a powerful voice at the intersection of Black culture, healing, and empowerment. As a motivational and public speaker, he has shared stages, panels, and podcast platforms to spark crucial conversations around masculinity, toxic masculinity, unapologetic Blackness, mental health, and the urgent need to build and sustain strong, supportive communities. His message is real, raw, and deeply rooted in lived experiences, calling people in, not just out. Beyond speaking, Staxxx Facts is committed to community organizing, is the founder of Black Status Social Network, a Black-led hub dedicated to the betterment and upliftment of Black people from all walks of life. Through mentorship, resource sharing, and collective action, he works to create spaces where Black identity, strength, and solidarity are celebrated and protected. Whether he's speaking truth on stage or building bridges on the ground, Staxxx Facts challenges systems, uplifts Black voices, and encourages others to lean into authenticity, accountability, and purpose. And we are super happy to have you here with us today, Staxxx.
Thank you, Tinora and Beats and Balance, for having me. You guys are super dope as well. I like what you guys are about. I love it.
Yeah, appreciate that. So let's get started. Let's talk a little bit about your background. Tell us about you, your passions, and what brought you here today.
I'm a loudmouth, and I'm loud about the things I believe in. I'm also somebody who goes against a lot of things. I disturb energy. I could just say like I'm a regular nigga, but I just decided that wasn't enough for me. So I decided to go against everything that I was taught, brought up in, everything that I was forced to believe. I just want to fight that and oppose it. So I'm just being a loudmouth and putting, not only am I saying something, but I'm putting my feet to the pavement and making sure my steps are just as loud as my words.
Very cool.
I like to connect with people that are also saying some shit, and you guys are absolutely saying and doing a lot. And I really fuck with it. Am I allowed to curse?
Yeah, you could say
Okay,
whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. So tell me like what is your upbringing? Where are you from? You talked a little bit about like unlearning things and reclaiming kind of yourself in the narrative. I'm assuming against like stereotypes and things like that against Black folks and Black men in particular.
Absolutely. So I grew up, I'm born and raised in Toronto, Canada.
Okay, dope.
My parents are Jamaican, both of them. So because of that, you're taught a lot. The culture is a lot. And you think that you have to go along with it for the rest of your life. Who you associate with, how you associate with people, how you talk to people, and you think you just have to keep it. But I just decided that when you get to a certain point of being a grown up, you just start to realize a lot of it is dumb shit, and you just, start to break away from it. But I'm not going to talk to you like it's easy, because it's not easy, because you were rooted in fuckery. And because we're rooted in fuckery, we think we have to keep the fuckery. But I just decided that I'm not keeping fuckery.
I feel that.
I just decided, who I associate with doesn't make me any less. Who I love, who I encourage, who I decide to hug and love doesn't make me any less. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just me in a nutshell. I'm the black sheep of every family,
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Talk to us about like what that looks like breaking through toxic masculinity, how you got to that point, what that means to you, what it means to be in your masculinity in a positive way, and what advice you have for other people that are kind of like figuring these things out for themselves.
As a man growing up in such like surroundings and culture, they tell you it has to look a certain way. A lot of the times they tell you that you have to work till you die, not take care of your mental health, not treat people properly, not treat yourself properly. And then they tell you it's okay to not lash out. But then I grew up and I'm like, wait, this is not healthy. This is not healthy. I just said it this morning. A lot of men don't even have they don't have real friends. You got some niggas that you know. You got some niggas that you eat with, you got some niggas that you smoke with, but do you have people that will hold you accountable? Do you have people that'll pull your shirt and tell you, hey, that's wrong? Do you have people that not give a fuck if you guys fall out, if they tell you the truth? No. And that's what I decided to become to people. And I would be a liar if I said it was easy. This shit
Yeah.
is not easy, especially for men. And I think one of the things about me is I want men to understand that a lot of the shit that you were taught is fuckery. And it's like a lot of people say like growing up is having a certain thing or a certain amount of thing or a certain amount of money or status, or growing up is literally disturbing the energy.
Like that.
Growing up is literally telling yourself that this is not it. It's okay to get healing. It's okay to seek counsel. It's okay to seek therapy. It's okay to get around friends that'll tell you no, that'll hold you accountable, that'll tell you you're wrong. It's okay to treat people properly. It's okay to fuck one girl. It's okay to communicate, my nigga.
Yeah, that's
These
real.
things are okay, but we're not programmed like that. But we have to literally turn off the programming and say enough is enough.
Super real. I saw
Yeah.
recently, there was a thread that went viral about a guy that I think it was a black guy, and he had back surgery, and he was like, I just like deleted all my friends because nobody reached out to me. It's been a month, and I was like, damn, like that's back surgery is real, like that's a real thing, and to feel like none of your homies hit you up. And I was looking at the comments, and it was like split. Like some people were like, oh, you should just get over it, like man up. And I'm sitting here like, do you know like the extent of the pain that you're in? And it's like people expect for men not to be human. Like, I don't understand. And it's other men telling him this. Like, that mind boggled me. So I can imagine like having that constantly around you all the time would break your spirit.
Like think about that. Like every single day, every interaction. How do you I was thinking about this morning. As a man, how do you even ask another man to be a friend?
Yeah.
How do you walk up to another man on the street and say, "Hey, I'm a maniac, so I don't really care. Me, I see black men all the time, and I doubt, I hug, and I know sometimes they look at me like I'm insane, but I actually don't care
Yeah.
because I'm trying to be what I feel like the world is missing." So think about that. You have back surgery, and nobody, not one person, is saying, "Yo, let me go sit down with my nigga.
Yeah.
Let me go check on my nigga." But and even like my family, my brother's a gangster, and my brother taught me how to be a friend. Aside from men shit, he taught me how to be a friend to men. So when I see people trying to act over hard, I'm like, come on, guys, this is not real.
Yeah.
This is not real. Because
Yeah.
I think about it all the time. I'm a person that I want to make friends, but how do I even maneuver to walking up to somebody and say, "Hey, hey, you got the twinkle. be be my friend." Like, you know what I'm saying? What do you say? And if I
No,
feel like that, and I'm a person that reaches out to other men, imagine a person who hasn't done half of the work,
no, that's
who's
real.
worried about masculinity and how it looks and how it sounds, because a lot of us are like that, and are stuck and will not shift.
Yeah. Well, let's get into
Yeah.
that part because I think what you brought up is really real. And I think a lot of people don't realize that a lot of these constructs and stereotypes about how men are supposed to act, especially black men, are created by the media, especially when it comes to like the portrayals of black men as like these hardened criminals and gangsters. I come from a family of like legit real people who are about that life. I
Right.
got uncles that have been in jail, 10 years, whatever, who I'd have conversations with on the phone about real stuff, and I know that they would be there for me. There was never this like The people in my life who I know who are the hardest and realest people also have like the biggest hearts. And so this whole
100%.
whenever I see somebody that's like, brolic, brolic, da da da, to me it's just a gimmick and a joke. Because if you're really about that life, then you've been through some things, so you know some things about empathy.
100%.
So I feel like it's a lot of it is like an act. Like people watch Power or they watch these shows and they feel like they have to perform these roles, and
Yep.
it's detrimental to our community, and it's not real. And that's the part of it that's wild to me.
So me and my wife went to New Orleans, and we went to H&M, and I saw this guy and his girl in front of H&M, and we locked eyes. And I said, "Where are you from?" He said, "I'm from St. Louis." And I extended my hand, and he grabbed me and pulled me, and he said, "Give me some of that love." And we hugged like we knew each other.
Yeah.
I walked away from him. I turned my back, and I almost broke down in tears. Because for the fact that you don't know me lets me know that you needed that. I needed that. Because that's where I'm not even a people person. I'm a Black people person.
Yeah.
I love Black energy. And just like you said it, I feel like to an extent, everybody's pretending. But my biggest issue with Black men is Black men, at this point, we don't have the time for it.
Mm.
We don't have the time to perform for each other. We know we're strong. We know what we're capable of. We know we're tough. We know we work hard. We know who we are. We know it. But it's not TV. This is real life.
Yeah.
This is real life. All of us and all of us, there's not one person that's not going through something.
No, it's facts. I think that's a difficult thing when talking about toxic masculinity, and especially when you see like the gender wars that happen online, and there's a lot of, well, our issues are because of this group, it's the women's fault, it's the men's fault. And you realize that everybody is traumatized. Everybody's fighting and angry at the wrong person. There's a lot of misplaced anger in the world because people don't deal with the core wounds. And a lot of people don't even know what those are. It's not like I'm not saying that people are intentionally not. People don't know how to deal with their trauma. And so it comes out and spirals out in all these crazy ways. How do you think we can kind of bridge that rift? How do you think we get to a place where we can hold people accountable, but hold them accountable in a way that isn't based in shame or canceling? Not to say that, there are some people I think that should be canceled. Donald Trump, all the way canceled. You know what I mean? Like there's some actions that are too far gone. But I think we're quick to cancel people out of rage without pausing to see, all right, like what is the cause of the trauma? Can we heal something before we just dismiss an entire human being? So what is your take on that? What's your advice for folks?
I think one of the biggest things that we have to focus on as a people, is actual community.
Yeah.
Actual community. I'm not talking about grabbing a mic and a camera and going in front of your camera, pressing record and making a blanket statement. I'm talking about us as men. If I know one of my last relationships I had with somebody as a man, somebody that I thought was that was an OG to me. I heard he did something, and instead of blasting him, I hit him up and I said, "Yo, I love you, but what we have as a friendship can't continue because that was foul.
Mm.
I love you, but you need to get help. If you want me to help there, I'll help you, and then we could circle back. But right now, can't happen." And I think we're quick to punish, which is cool because we're human.
Yeah.
But what else? Especially us as men. And I think men, first and foremost, I think Black men need to get the fuck out of everybody else's business.
Mm.
Bro, I don't give a fuck what you feel about bonnets in the airport. I don't give a fuck what you feel about trans people, about gay people, about BB. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I know for a fucking fact we're fucking up because black women don't feel safe because of us, my nigga.
Mm.
And you have the audacity, the gall, the fucking bravery to be talking about everything else. You don't have that. Right now, black men should be talking to black men, whether it's stern, whether it's soft, whether it's to punish, whether it's to build. We have to talk to what we're talking to. Let black women do what they're doing right now. Get out their way and let them do what they're doing.
Appreciate that.
What they want to wear, how them want to wear it, who them want to fuck, that's none of your business. It's none of your concern, my nigga. Move. Let black women do them thing.
No.
They've been doing it. To me, my mom is a single parent, my nigga.
Yeah.
The fuck? My mom is a single parent. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? How you guys find the energy for this shit? And this is, I'm only saying it because I used to be one of them niggas who used to be in every black woman conversation, but then I grew up and I'm like, yo, what am I doing here? When I see aunties on the street and they're looking at me like I'm a zombie and I mean them no harm, I know we're fucked.
Yeah, that's real. That's super real.
I know we're fucked up. And I'm not even saying black men got to go out their way and put on a fucking cape, but bro, certain things are wild now. Innocent people are getting shot. All right, who's talking to the younger generation now?
No.
Black women, yo, bro, black women is out here afraid. When we started Black Status Social Network, one of the things I said was we can back and forth, we can disagree about a lot of things, but one thing that's untouchable, I don't give a fuck what comes out of their mouth, is black women. As long as it's none of the phobics, I don't give a fuck. I want black women to live free. I want them to do whatever the fuck they want. Because how much more?
No, that's
Y'all
real.
niggas don't even know how to be safe spaces for nobody. You guys are happy. You guys are happy how this looks. This shit. One of the biggest rewards for me is for black women to feel comfortable around me.
Where do you think we lost that at? Because I feel like the way I was raised, right, like that was kind of like the community consensus is was what it felt like when I was growing up. Like the black men in my family, it was like when I was younger, the Million Man March was happening, and there was this kind of feeling in the 90s of like, all right, we need to reclaim kind of like the civil rights movement in the sense of like building our communities back. And then I don't know what happened between then and now, but it feels like all of that has kind of vanished. And you being a black man, like I can only talk about what I've seen from the outside, looking in. But for you, like living that life and going through those changes and seeing those things, what do you think has been the change, and what do you think can help bring people back together? Like even if we're talking about like gun violence and things like that, like back in the day, like the Bloods and Crips were created as like offshoots of the Black Panthers to help keep community safe. My uncle, well, he's passed now, but he was a Crip, and that was like I grew up hearing all about Tukey Williams, and you know the reason for this is we're supposed to help each other out. And so like to go from that to now, it's just like you see these young kids out here just discriminately killing each other for what looks like no reason.
Like what?
Yeah, how do you think we got there, and then how do you think we come back and fix it?
I don't think there's one answer, but I think one of the things that happened is men stopped taking pride in being men. And then I think they started to move the goalpost for what the definition was. And being a man, and then on top of that, society, social media, and one of the most important things, surroundings. So when I say surroundings, birds of a feather might not flock together. But if a bird rolls around in dirt and comes back around you, you're gonna get a little bit of dirt on you. You gotta be the one. You gotta be okay to say, "Hey, I love you, but I don't want none of this dirt on me." It's scary. And I think that's one of the main things. One of the main things is things aren't getting nipped in the bud. And because they're not getting nipped in the bud, they leak into society, and then they leak into social media. Social media turns into a post. A post has a comment. That comment has 20,000 likes. So that's a little army in a comment section of fuckery.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people aren't looking for the truth. They're looking for what sounds better and what comes first. So I think what we need to do as men, just like I said before, is men. One, be in your own house. One, and stop hey, everything else is not your fucking concern. Worry about where your house is and the end of your block. Build community.
Yeah.
Why the fuck? Am I cursing too much?
No, you could curse, fam. It's
Okay.
all good.
Why the fuck? As if I'm a young nigga, right? And I see you doing bum shit. When you tell me something, why the fuck would I want to listen to you?
Yeah.
I'm watching you be a fucking bum. I'm watching you do young people shit. You're 30, 40. What's going on here? This is what I'm supposed to listen to? OG, just like I said, men have lost the code. Cause I think I'm telling you this as I'm being vulnerable. I see young niggas on the street and I see men and I shake everybody's hand. Am I afraid? Come the fuck on. Absolutely. Some of these young niggas look like they have no hope for life. I'll be walking up to these young, you good? Yeah. And what do you mean? It's scary. And these are my people. But a lot of these people have no father figure, no male presence, no community. Who am I going to listen to? Who am I going to listen to? And the sad thing about it is, this is one home. And then in the neighborhood, it's another home. So that's then another home and another home. And how is it the same story? I'm not saying things don't happen in relationships, but everything can't be blame the mom. Everything cannot be, come on, bro. Cause I like this. I want to hear both sides of the story. But at the end of the day, if I had a child, I'm not leaving my son. I'm not leaving my son outside. Especially in this day and age, I'm not leaving my son outside. So I think one of the biggest plots is men have lost the code and the surroundings have to tighten up. We got to get back to being men. And it doesn't mean having a bunch of stuff. It means, bro, be a stand-up guy. Say if it's wrong, you got to stay with tears in your eye, bro. Your hands got to shake while you're saying it's wrong. Hey, that's wrong. Cause I don't got no friends because I'm a loudmouth. And it's the same thing for me. I got a black wife, bro. My wife is not no pushover. And she's not loud. But when I'm wrong, that delicate voice cuts like a knife. And she's from the islands. So she's not hesitating to say, hey, I don't care how it looks. You're wrong.
Yeah. So I think the big thing that we're taking away from this conversation is accountability. Accountability is huge. People need to feel more comfortable holding their friends accountable and also need to feel comfortable receiving criticism. I think one issue we have as Black folks is we got defensiveness, and that's the trauma response for sure. But people do not like to hear that they're wrong. And I think that makes some people afraid to say some things because it's like, well, if I say something, he's going to wild out. I think people need to realize that it's okay sometimes to hear that you're fucking up, and there's no shame in that. Everybody fucks up. We're all human. But I feel like yeah, we got to figure out a way to make vulnerability in men cool, right? Like
Yeah.
these young, like how do we them feel like, okay, this is a popular cool thing to do? Because I feel like right now what's being portrayed in the media is like all of the wrong things, and I think that's on purpose. Let's not pretend like there's not like a orchestrated
Agenda.
war. Yeah, like there's a war
Mhm.
against Black folks, there's a war against all minorities in this country because of
Mhm.
capitalism, because of white supremacy. Like these things are not these things are gate kept on purpose. The people who
Yeah.
are famous because they want to push an agenda. They want to push a stereotype.
Yeah. I agree.
Um, you know what I mean? Like underground hip hop is underground because they talk about things that are too real. It's not
Hmm.
because people don't want to hear it. It's because major record labels are not going to push it. So all these things are by design. So let's not act like it's like all Black people's fault. Like no, we're in a very difficult situation where we have like basically mental warfare against our entire community, and we have
Hmm.
to figure out a way to fight against that and kind of take the blinders off and stop drinking the Kool-Aid and realize that life is not the BET awards. You know what I mean? Like
I fuck with that.
at the end
I
of the
think
day.
I think the biggest thing that we have to us as Black people have to worry about, one is community, and two, we actually have to take time to actually get back into seeing each other.
Yeah,
I
that's another
think
thing too. I think a lot of people out here fighting with bots. There's a lot of
yeah,
there's a lot of
yeah.
fake shit going on the internet, and you're out here having conversations with not real people.
I just had this conversation with my wife a day, 2 days, 2 days ago. And I said, you'd be surprised on how many people you're talking to, and it sounds like everything you've heard on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's so scary because they're like, of course, there's no original thoughts, as they say,
Mm-hmm.
but why am why am I talking to you and you're talking to me like this is the shade room comment section?
Yeah.
Why? We're why? Let's discuss something. Let's get to a solution. We don't have to argue. We don't have to yell. I'm not better than you. You're not better than me. Let's, we
Yeah.
have, I think Black people have to see each other. I think a lot of the things that we put in our way, like, I'm not saying that we don't have things stacked up against us, but I think a lot of things end when we decide, hey, I need you and you need me. The is it? I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it properly. Is it diaspora?
Yeah.
Diaspora?
Diaspora,
Diaspora
diaspora,
wars.
however.
Diaspora wars. Gender wars. Bro, I don't care. I don't care what nobody. I don't. Yo, if you my nigga, you my nigga.
Yeah.
We have no choice but to be shoulder to shoulder and fight.
100%.
They don't give a fuck. We have to put our. I don't give a bro. It's scary, bro. I love my people. I love my gay people. I love my trans cousins. I love my whole cousins, my slut cousins, my fat Black. I love all of them because they showed me how to love Black people unapologetically. And we need to get a lot of things out the way. But I think one of the major things is we have to learn how to see each other, not what they have, what they wear, not the brands, not the
100%.
eye color, not the size, not the sexual orientation, not the gender. I don't care.
No, I love
If
that.
if you are Black, if you ain't robbing, scamming our own people, raping, sexual assaulting, if you ain't that, bro, you my people. If you're frauding, that's up to you. But just don't let it be us.
Facts.
Yo,
Yeah. I
if
mean,
you
like, I ain't got
if
no
you,
issue if you taking from
you
corporations, but
of course, if you're frauding, just don't fraud us. If you
facts.
stealing, don't steal from us. If you scamming, don't scam us. If you selling pussy, I don't care.
Yeah. No, it's real.
If you got an only nigga, we don't give a fuck. Everybody ain't gonna have a job. We gotta start seeing us for seeing us.
Yeah. Everything else is divide and conquer. You know what I mean? Like all those other things are placed to create division on purpose. And I think once
Right.
we stop falling for that okey doke and realize like there is an actual real force that we need to band together against, and our lives could all be improved once we stop fucking around and fighting each other for no reason. And I think people are starting to wake up to that. And I think that's why we're seeing so much pushback now. Like, things are really crazy. And I think it's because they're aware that people are starting to wake up to the fact that we have a little bit more control over our lives than they want us to believe.
And one of the things about us as Black people is when we decide you're important, you're important, you're important, you're important, we're Black and we going into some shit together, it feels like we're invincible. I come from this corner, you come from this corner, you come from this corner, you come with this knowledge, and we advocate for each other and we love each other. People think loving each other means we light some incense, we go in the corner and we sing songs. Nah, nigga. I just want to make sure that when I go out and I see you and you see me, and you're in that corner and you're in this corner, we all know, hey, if anything happens, I'm going to make sure you leave here tonight safe. Hey, if anything happens to you as a Black woman, I'm going to come over there and lie and say, yo, that's my sister. Don't do that. It don't take much. I'm not telling you to whip the gun out or whip the knife out. Hey, that's me. Let me get that. That's my people. Because once we decide that people think community is, we don't have to sip tea. We don't have to sip tea together.
No, that's real. And I think people, once they realize that, like, we all have a lot more in common than we think. And so once you take away whatever you think the divisions are and you actually sit with somebody, have a conversation with somebody, then magic happens. And I think our natural state as Black people is getting along and having community. Like, that's just how we naturally function. So it feels like all this other division and stuff, it feels so terrible because I don't think it's natural to us as a people. And so I feel like we just need to get back to our truth, which is like, we are a people that functions in community. We always have. And that's why we've been so great and able to survive so long against every single, like they've been trying to exterminate us for centuries. Like,
Yeah.
it's a miracle that Black people still even exist and thrive the way that we do.
Mm-hmm.
And there's power in that. And I think once we realize that power, then all these divisions, all these issues, the diaspora wars, the gender wars, all these things, once they subside and we really see the power that we have unified, then like the whole world will change. Because once things are better for Black people, things will be better for everybody. That's what people also don't realize. Like, once you get rid of all these issues, all this oppression, it benefits the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
So I really appreciate this conversation. I think this is kind of more of what the world needs, honestly, just like people coming together, having honest conversations, putting aside whatever judgments they might have, and being willing to listen to each other. And that's what Beats and Balance is all about, just trying to create community and conversations. I'm going to ask you one question before we go, because I didn't get into the Black Status Social Network too much. But just real quick, what inspired you to create the Black Status Social Network, and what is your vision for it, and what do you guys have going on right now?
Black Status Social Network, 2 conversations started Black Status Social Network. On Facebook, I said, 1, you can't be pro-Black if you hate gay people. I don't give a fuck how you feel. And then a 2-day thread started on my Facebook, and I said, cool, no problem. You guys have that. And then I said, you can't be pro-Black if you hate Black women selling pussy.
It's real.
And that was a week thread. Every single person in the city found herself. And I said, you know what? I don't really have time for this. So from that point, we're like, let's start a space where people understand what's going on and what I'm talking about. And 7 years, Black Status Social Network has been held up, advocated, supported, loved on by Black women from all over the globe. So it's been a space where we have paid rent. We've raised funds for the unhoused. We started selling clothes. We've been on a bunch of celebrities. Keke Palmer is one of them. Jane Hancock from the Bay. Yeah. A bunch of. So what started out as just some place for us to have ideas and love and show support to other Black people in our community spiraled into some insanity. And Black Status Social Network now is at 2,000 people across the globe.
Okay.
We've met countless brothers, sisters, St. Martin, New York, Chicago, a bunch of Blackness. We went to quick Chicago story. We went to Chicago. We hopped off the flight, went into the cab, got to the hotel, and there was all Black people at the front desk.
That's lovely.
Okay, all right, cool. I pulled the lady and I said, "Yo, this is what's going on here." She said, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Yo, it's only Black people that work here." She's like, "Oh, there's some white people," and there was only one white person. I said, "Okay, cool, no problem." We went to go eat. Everybody in the restaurant was Black. Back to front. The DJ, the greeter, everybody.
Love that.
The restaurant we're supposed to go to that we passed, everybody was Black. Went across the street to a clothing store, everybody was Black. Store across the street, Black. So basically, Black Status Social Network is the loving, the listening, the leading, the teaching of Black people. We just want just like you said, I think there has to be spaces where Black people can actually be vulnerable and be listened to, and everything can't be a cancellation. Sometimes Jamaicans say beat and teach.
Mm-hmm.
Means sometimes you have to slap a little mouth.
No, I was raised with the Rastas. Don't worry, I know all about the discipline in DC.
All right. Yeah.
Shout out to my Rasta family. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
big
that
up the rest of
vitality.
them. Yeah, sometimes you have to slap somebody on the mouth and say, "Okay, get back in line." You're not supposed to cancel everybody. Some of these people that you're canceling are tomorrow's soldiers. Some people need a little slap and get back in line. Especially the men. Men, niggas don't know better. Niggas don't know better. Some of them, I'm not gonna say all of them. Some of them know better, but some of them, somebody has to pull their shirt and say, "Hey," with love. It has to, you know what I'm saying? It has to be love to the correction. Everything can't be loud and aggressive. Some things you have to pull a belt loop and say, "Oh, come here, let me talk to you," and be here and say, "Yo, you could do better." And that's what I'm saying. Everything can't be loud. But Black Side of Social Network is basically the hub of love. That's it. I don't want anybody nobody's bigger than anybody. I don't care about your job. I don't care about your social status. I don't care about what you got in your account. I don't give a fuck about who you're fucking, how many people you're fucking. I don't care. Just be Black, be in love with everybody Black, connect with people, laugh with people. And we also noticed that in other spaces, they got a bunch of rules. Bunch of rules for talking to people. And I make sure I tell people it's called Black Status Social Network. Find a friend, find a text friend, find a pen pal, find a tribe, find a gang, find a fuck friend, find a cousin, find a mentor, find somebody. One thing I notice about Black people is that we will die alone and not say anything because we're ashamed.
Yeah,
you know how much people I met talk to me, male, female, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Hey, because we don't have, a lot of us don't have nobody, but they make it seem weird to reach out to people to show love. We make sure we dispel all of that. Find somebody. I don't care what it is. Whatever you're looking for, find somebody, connect with somebody, find one friend. I'm not saying about find a bunch of people. Find somebody that will be at the end of the phone that will listen to you. You can listen to them. Don't just trauma dump and just use them up and squeeze all the energy out of them. But find somebody, find love. And Black Status Social Network is just that, just a place for people to show love, to learn, to teach. Because we also have a lot of LGBTQ2 IAS plus. Is that how I say it?
Yeah, represent.
Okay, yeah, we have a lot of cousins from that community, and a lot of people that come into BS, and they don't even know. They don't know. They've never met a trans person in their life. They've never met a sex worker in their life. They've never, you know what I'm saying? They never met any sort of people like that in their life. So Black Side of Social Network, they just connect, and I make sure I stress it. You guys are banishing people, but you don't even know.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? But it's back to my thing about like men just chatting shit. You don't have time for that. You don't even know any of the people that you're bashing. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go do something. And I say it all the time. Less comment section, more community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. That's
I
perfect.
feel like I'm talking your ear off.
No, I'm
Sorry.
just like, I'm taking it all in because I'm like, this is what I envision. That is the need for the world. Like, that's how Beats and Balance was created. It's just like, this is, how do we fix this problem? How do we create
Yeah.
community? All right, I'm going to stop saying we need community. I'm just going to try to figure out a way to start creating it. And I feel like that's what y'all are doing. And every time I talk to somebody with this podcast, like, I don't know how, but like, it feels like everybody is so aligned and kind of doing the same thing that it just makes me really happy to know that like all these people from all over the country kind of have the same thought process and are working to make things better, because it's easy to be on social media or look at the news and just be like, the whole world is terrible. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's easy to be like, everybody is terrible, humans are terrible, and that just leads to more isolation, which is
Right.
the opposite of what we need, and which is also by design. They want you to be afraid and alone, and to combat that, you really need love and community. And I think that what you guys are doing is amazing, incredible. Happy to support you all in any way.
Yeah.
We're doing a retreat in Costa Rica. You know, spread the word if y'all want to come through. We got spaces left.
You don't even gotta tell me. I already looked. I already started looking at certain things. It looks like something I want to be a part of. So definitely gonna try to
come
figure it
through. To dispel it,
out.
it's not all for women. I've had people hit me up. It's we center Black women, but the retreat
As
is
you
not
should.
just for women.
Yeah, as you
So
should. Yeah.
everybody
But
should feel free.
before I get out of here, I gotta say, one, thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure.
And two, this podcast right here is the epitome of a safe space. You're hosting amazing.
Oh, thank you.
You're doing great work, man. You're doing great work. I'm proud of you. If nobody told you lately.
Thank
Yeah.
you. That warms. I feel like my uncle speaking through you, dead ass. Like, sometimes I
Really?
get like, I have a very strong connection with my folks that have passed, and sometimes I feel like I get this like message through them through other people, and right now it's just like, oh, I feel like that was my uncle being like, yo, I'm proud of you. So I
Dope.
appreciate that. I think, like the world, like for me, and I'll say this as like a Black, woman who's also non-binary, mask presenting. People make all kinds of assumptions, but like when a Black man tells me he's proud of me and he loves me, like I melt and I feel like I'm a 3-year-old kid again. You know what I mean? Like that. That's the type of love that's needed. Like I could walk around and be all hard and be like, fuck men, like, y'all are terrible. But then like a Black man's like, yo, I'm proud of you. And I'm like, oh, I'm melting. So like, let's just like put the facade down. We all know that we want love and connection, and
100%.
let's just make that happen and stop
Yeah.
fronting.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here, and we'll talk more off the podcast, but definitely, Oh, do you have anything that you want to plug real quick? Anything you have coming up, or tell people your website, your social media?
Black Status. If you want to catch up with what we're doing, www.blacksstatussocialnetwork.com for this, for everything that we're doing for the community. Come holla at us. Come connect with us. Come talk shit. Come kick back. We would love to see you. We'd love to have you.
Perfect.
It's home.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Everybody support these folks because they're doing amazing things.
And thank you again. Thank you again. Thank you again. Thank you again. Thank you again.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Thank you. It's all love. All right, y'all. We'll be back next week. Thanks for listening.
Peace.